pleasant morning to each and everyone. So I am Sheila Dilino, and for this morning, I will be going to tackle about the revolutionary period of literature. So in the period of revolutionary, it begins with the passing of the Stamp Act in England in 1775, and it ignited the first serious opposition to English rule. The revolutionary period of literature, it also refers to a body of writing produced during a time of intense political upheaval, social struggle, and also nation building. The term is most commonly associated with the American Revolutionary period, roughly in 1765 until 1790. It can also refer to the revolutionary or nationalistic period in the Philippines in the late 19th century, or any literary movement during a struggle for independence. The American Revolution was a war fought between the England and its American colonies for the independence of the colonies. Ultimately, the colonies defeated the England and won their independence. So the war caused a change in culture and thus a change in the literature of their time. So we have here the characteristic of the revolutionary literature. As dissatisfaction with the colonial system and the relations with Britain grew, the literature gradually changed its shape. So the writers became more politically anti-British and revolutionary oriented. They also features a strong sense of patriotism and also the Age of Enlightenment, or what we call the Age of Reason. So we also have the types of literature in the revolutionary period. So type of writings during these periods are the newspapers, the magazines, the essays, the orations, historical and political documents, the autobiographies. We also have biographies and little poetry. So there are no novels or plays of literary significance written in the revolutionary period or the short story. Means that in revolutionary literature, it also characterized by their intense political engagement, aiming to inspire change, challenge authority, and promote liberty. Also, as I said earlier, patriotism and independence. It often utilizes persuasive rhetoric, rational arguments, and direct languages, such as pamphlets, speeches, and also essays, to provoke action against suppression, as seen in the American and Philippine revolutionary periods. So we have here the representative writers of the time of the revolutionary period. First here is Benjamin Franklin of 1706 to 1790. Benjamin Franklin is one of the most important figures of this period. He can be described as what we call the Renaissance man or the Renaissance man. Benjamin Franklin's specific literary contribution during the revolutionary period were defined by practicality, wit, and the creation of distinct American identity. Unlike the formal, dense prose of his European contemporaries, Franklin wrote for the common man. So second here, we have Thomas Paine of 1737 until 1809, was an English-born essayist and pamphleteer. His pamphlet is The Common Sense. It is a sharp critique of the colonial system and explains why the Americans should rise against the English. So, Thomas Paine was perhaps the most vital propagandist of the Revolutionary period. While other founding fathers focused on legal and philosophical arguments for the elite, Paine's literature was designed to ignite the common man's passion for independence. So one of his work is The Common Sense, and it is published anonymously. So this pamphlet is credited with turning the tide of public opinion from reconciliation with Britain to a demand for full independence. Next here, we have John Hector St. John of 1735 up to 1813 was one of the fathers of the American novel. His epistolary novel Letters from an American Farmer deals with the differences between life in Europe and also in America. John Hector is the writer who provided one of the most famous early definitions of the American identity. So one of his primary contribution to the revolutionary period was his 1782 book. It is called Letters from an American Farmer. So last year we have Thomas Jefferson of 1743 until 1826, was an essayist, also a lawyer, a politician, and later became the third president of the United States of America. So Thomas Jefferson was the primary architect of the American Revolution's ideological foundation. While others fought on the battlefield, Jefferson used his masterly pen to provide the legal and philosophical justification for independence from Great Britain. So thank you everyone for listening in my discussion.